What's up, guys? This is Rob from Dubseed.com. We're a marketplace for the new STEM format. Welcome to a new episode of Beatroots. I'm joined here with Mr. Ozmo, Taylor. We got a STEM file that we're digging through of his today called Myth of Sisyphus.
Yeah.
You're going to dig into the name and tell us a bit about that.
Of course, yeah.
But for now, let's pull up the STEM file. Pull it up from the start. We'll take a listen here. We're going to start off with just the
harmony part.
The harmony part.
Okay,
and these are bells, or what's this sample?
Yeah, it's just like well, all the synths that I use in this track are mainly Serum. Like I have a lot of stuff that I've made before, a lot of sounds that I have in here from other programs. But I found that when I was just like making synths for this on the fly, I pretty much went with Serum all the times because
going on ahead. I was fixing to make a fire somewhere out there and all that dark.
We've also got these vocals in here as well, and that's from a movie.
Yeah. It's just when the track was pretty much done, I just felt like it needed a voice in it in some way. So I just took the feeling of the track and I kind of looked for things that fit in with that. So what I thought of was the movie No Country for Old Men, and there's a few like pretty cool scenes in there that I thought kind of fit with it. I feel like if you listen to it, it might not make any sense in the context, but if you were to dig into it, it's kind of just all about existentialism, and it just kind of fit with the vibe of the track a lot.
Okay, and the vibe of the track was kind of built off of that main bell riff, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's jump into that. Let's hop over to Ableton real quick and take a listen to some of the stuff you built there.
This is where I started. I was kind of just at home on my keyboard, and I just made this really simple, progression right here, and it just sounded like a dark trap beat.
Right.
So that's where I started from. I don't normally make music this close to what I think of as trap music. I like to experiment a lot and use a lot of different styles. So this kind of just brought me towards that kind of sound. I wanted to keep it simple and make it just real heavy and huge. So I started with this bell sound, just made in Serum.
And you made this from scratch. Did you have an idea as to what type of sound you were going for?
Nah, I just wanted something light and easy, nothing too complicated, and I ended up making something real short. And I just had these two different wavetables right here, and I mean it says bell right in it, so that's kind of just how it went.
Yeah.
No, so it's just a short little thing. It's got a lot of nice space in it. Just a little bit of reverb, nothing too complicated.
Okay. And is that the only layer that we're hearing of the bells?
No. There's there's a few bells in here. This is really the main harmony of the song. It's this one guy.
Okay.
But I also have this little kind of melodic.
Same instrument.
Very, very similar. Also in Serum, same wavetables. I just kind of changed it a little bit, added a little bit more envelope to it. Filtering is a little bit different, I guess.
Yeah, but the foundation is essentially the same as the other one?
I'm pretty sure I just took that track and I just duplicated it, and then I said, what am I going to do with this guy? That's a really helpful thing to do when you're trying to make more sounds for your track. You can just take things that you already have and adapt them. And I mean, with synthesizers, you can do anything. You can change something so drastically. That's something so simple can be so complicated. So I do that a lot.
That's the technique you often use, is just slightly tweaking one thing and using it as something else.
Even those slight tweaks can be pretty intense. They can definitely change everything in so many different ways. So that's what I did. I mean, this one's not even that big of a change.
And are those the only two synthesizers you have that you built in Serum?
Oh no, all the most of the bass sounds, except for the really heavy 808 kind of sound.
Yeah, that's also in Serum.
Yeah, these are all Serum.
In terms of the bells, you have how many synths that kind of are based around that bell?
Oh yeah. So just 3. One is very light. You can hardly even hear it. It's mostly in the background. It kind of adds a little bit of variation of the sound, because I thought it was getting a little bit, I guess, stale going through. So you want a little bit more space to come through.
Yeah, and again, it's all based off of like the same foundation of that bell synth that you started off with.
Kind of. I mean, I changed this one a little bit. It's the same like setup. Like all the envelopes work a very similar way, so it sounds like a bell, but I just changed the wavetables so they just have a different character to them, basically.
Yeah.
So it's more of like a biting kind of sound, and it's a little bit deeper back.
Okay.
It's just to add space. It's really not the most important part of the track in any way.
Yeah. Let's talk about those vocals. I guess they're very fitting in terms of like that riff that you came up with the bells, and you described it as being ominous.
Yeah, it's definitely
how did you land into putting these vocals into this track?
Well, I watched the movie, and it's a very, it's a pretty deep movie. There's a lot of symbolism in it, and basically at the end of the movie, there's this kind of monologue about this dream that the guy has, one of the main characters has, where he's talking about how his father basically went forward in front of him to basically like build a future for him. And it's more talking about how like his father left him in death, and he is always waiting for that point to happen in his life.
Right.
But he always wakes up, and he has another day ahead of him.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the main thing, is like it fits into like the existential idea of the whole thing, where you have to just get up and keep going.
Yeah.
And you always have that final destination in front of you in a way.
Right.
Yeah, so it kind of fits into the whole dark, ominous thing. So
right. And is this something you just simply like ripped the audio from the
yeah, I just did it on YouTube. It's I pretty much just found the scenes that I wanted, used Soundflower, and just downloaded them.
But you still chopped them up, and
of course,
how did you decide how you wanted to lay that out?
Right. The phrasing was definitely pretty important, so I'll just solo this, this in the bell sound.
Yeah.
So I still wanted I wanted this guy to come through, no matter what. And I knew I didn't have very many words, basically, leading up to this this drop right here.
Okay.
So I just kind of took the cut of audio that I got from the movie, just the original cut of audio, and I thought, how would I want to hear it in this song? How does it sound more? How could it sound more conversational, basically?
Right.
And so I just kind of laid it in a way that made it seem natural, but this is not the way that the movie actually goes. I kind of spread his words out a lot.
Right.
So I just kind of
make more sense of it.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the same with the other vocal sample that we used later on.
Okay, interesting. Very cool. We got 2 more stems within the stem file that we're going to go over. Those are the drums and the bass.
Yeah, this is definitely the more complicated parts. This is like where this is the meat of the whole track, basically.
Okay, cool, guys. Part 2. We're going to go through the drums and the bass of Taylor, a.k.a. Ozmo's track. It's called
Myth of Sisyphus.
Myth of Sisyphus.